And I'm going to be doing the current energy. So I look forward to tapping in to see exactly what Spirit has for us for the current energy. And usually when I tap into the current energy, it may give us a highlight of the next couple of weeks. But really the intention is set for like whenever you come to this message, and it will apply to whenever that energy um, is necessary for you to receive those messages. So say for instance it's a year or two down the road and you actually just came across this video, there will be some messages there for you. Okay, so I felt guided to do mini reads for all signs for the current energy. I first want to actually go over um, the energy that I'm tapping into as far as a highlight or overview of what we can expect. But then I'll delve into the individual zodiac signs to see exactly what pertinent messages you need at that given time. Does that make sense? Okay. So while I was tapping into the energy, it was something to the nature of plan of action. That is what I've been hearing, plan of action. So what I'm going to do while I have this in the front of my mind, I'm going to put the link for you to ask your individual questions. If you have specific questions, it's only for the 3-card pool for past, present, and future energy. And then just like a specific question, I'm taking those. Okay, so let me make sure you guys have the link. And I hope all is well with y'all. But yes, I'm getting an energy of like plan of action. Like a lot of us are foreseeing what we need to do in order to get to where we want to go. I'm seeing that a lot of us are itemizing, getting financials together to make sure everything makes sense as far as the next steps we want to initiate. I'm even seeing where some of us have finally have like a realistic plan of action that we're getting together, not just like a dream, not just a hope, not just an aspiration, but like concrete movements, concrete decision making, nothing wishy-washy about it. I'm seeing that a lot of you are receiving clarity on next steps. Okay, so the platform that I will be using as far as getting those questions answered, if you have specific questions, um, is HYPSEE. All right. So HYPSEE is the platform that I have been utilizing for specific, special, unique situations that you may be experiencing, that you can reach out to me, book questions in regards to those. So feel free to check it out. It's not, I don't just have specific questions for live streaming. I also have pre-recorded messages. So feel free to check those out whenever you get a chance, okay? So I'm in the process of getting the link up so that you guys will actually have that available to you. But a lot of you are on board and on fire for your next steps. A lot of you have had issues in the past for committing to things, to actually committing to a necessary plan of action. I'm seeing that a lot of you all are finally like being honest with yourself and saying, you know what, I need to do something. And that something has to make sense. That something has to be a committed time. And it's not something where it's like, okay, I can change it at last minute and see if I can get away with that. No, you're actually committing to the plans. Okay, you're committing to an idea or a belief system. You're committed to a regimen or ritual. You know, that Virgo energy that we have been experiencing has really shifted us as far as our gears to put some things in motion so that we can finally actualize those dreams or those aspirations, right? Those desires. And I'm hearing secret desires. So some of you have some things you haven't shared with the public, but you've been working on. You've been desiring a certain skill set. I'm hearing some of you are having this idea of what you want to look like your physical appearance. Some of you are actually working on your internal issues that you may be experiencing, where I'm hearing self-defeating. So if you had some negative energy, or if you had negative belief systems or thinking, with what they call stinking thinking, you're now actually revising that and making intentional adjustments to make those changes, okay? Because you realize that a lot of the things that you have been thinking about were negative, and you no longer want to do that, okay? So I pinned up the comment. So if you come on this live, or even if you see it afterwards, you can see the link that I have affiliated with those questions, where you can book your questions. They're pretty easy to book. Ask your questions, submit it to me, and my turnaround time is pretty good, and it will actually let you know like when you can expect that. But yeah, the turnaround time, I usually do it under the time frame. Okay, so I want to, first things first, I want to do a prayer. Even though I already gave you some highlights of what to expect, I want to do a prayer, because again, I'm gonna start answering questions, and I'm also gonna go into individual signs and see where that takes us. Okay, all right. Okay, so I actually had an ancestor reach out. Someone's ancestor is speaking in another language, and it sounds like Spanish. So hopefully I can get some clear messages, and I can get an interpretation spiritually exactly what I need to relay to someone. Okay, so from what I'm seeing here, I have a question, and their initials are FC. Okay, and you're open to whatever you need to hear. Okay, you need to receive. That's good. So I'm going to go ahead and address this question. How many minutes we've been in? Okay. So I'm doing a past, present, and future for this individual. Okay. So you have major arcana cards, which means that these were major changes. These are major cycles that you've been hitting home with. So in the past, we have the Lovers, okay? Lovers. The present, we have Strength, that is connected to Leo energy. And the Lovers is connected to Gemini energy. And then we have, lastly, the Hermit, okay? That is the future energy. The Hermit is connected to Virgo, okay? So I'm going to tap in. If any of y'all are familiar with my readings, I like to touch the cards and then give explanations of what I'm getting from the messages in the card, okay? So from the past, I'm getting an energy of unison. So I'm not necessarily seeing a partnership, like a romantic partnership or anything like that. This is more so an intertwined connection with spirit, with the divine. I'm seeing that also there is being a unification between the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies within you, that you are uniting with your guide, spirit, the divine, as far as energy, and I'm hearing synergy. So you're finally in sync, you're finally in alignment to the path that it has been orchestrated for you to walk. Okay. And I'm seeing that you are no longer in a situation where you feel like your attention is divided, where you feel like there is partial energy here, partial energy there. You don't feel like, you feel like you're all over the place. And even though if you have instances where you do feel like, I'm hearing the word discombobulated, or like um, all over the place or scattered brain, you know how to quickly recenter yourself, quickly like get to that place where you have that tranquility, the peace, the balance within your energy. This is the past, okay? So in the past, it's saying that you are finally in unison with your energy and with spirit. All right. Um, your current energy, again, this is Leo. This is the strength card. So from what I'm getting here, I'm getting heavily solar plexus and sacral energy. I'm seeing that you also are grounded within your energy. I heard stabilized. So I'm that the earth element stood out for this part right here, like the grass, right? And that's the solar plexus energy. That's what I'm tapping into. This right here, energetically, I'm seeing this is spirit, the like your, what do you call it, the element like where spirit is, ether. Okay. Intuitively I'm seeing this is like your sacral energy, and from what I'm gathering, you really have tapped into your sacral power. Okay. In the previous reading I mentioned this stone right here, carnelian. So this again is going to be like your superpower in a sense, where where you can tap into. You can put it in your bra or your shirt or your pocket, or however you need to, hold on to it, jewelry. Like that will be a good energy to connect with, because not only is it grounding your energy or helping you ground your energy, I'm hearing that it's attracting abundance. It helps attract abundance for you, as well as balance that sacral energy, that sacral power that you are so tapped into right now. So I'm seeing that you're also receiving downloads at this time. You may have been receiving a lot of downloads, especially in your dream state. This energy right here is like whoever you're connected to as far as a guide, they may be actually like sending you messages like in your dream state. Okay. I know this looks like a bonding between an animal and a person, but intuitively I'm seeing a different message. I'm actually seeing that you are like connected with the divine or a spirit guide that is giving you downloads. And some of them you may not be able to understand clearly, but it's of comfort. Like whatever you're receiving is comfortable. It's not something that is a fear-based download or anything to discourage you. You're really getting a lot of information, and I just heard confirmation. Okay, so that's really good. You've been receiving a lot of confirmations that you're finally seeing clearly what you need to do, the path that you need to take. You're gaining a lot of traction, a lot of confidence. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for you. And lastly, for the future energy, wherever you are actually going through another level of self-discovery. So within this hermit card, spirituality is really highlighted for you, where I just heard a monk or like a priest. So it's like an energy where you are really tapping in like full-fledged, like full force. You're really like, that's all you see is your purpose. And not to say you don't want to have fun, because of course enjoying yourself is within your purpose. I don't want anyone to think that all they came here to do is just serious business and then that's it. There has to be some capacity or some moment in time where we're actually able to enjoy ourselves within the present moment. So this is more so introspective, spiritual, highly spiritual place that you'll be experiencing. And you may be connecting with, I'm hearing a high priest or a high priestess, where you'll be receiving a lot of the information that you've been setting intentions for. So not only are you getting inner guidance, you're also experiencing someone outside of you that will be a physical guide or mentor. Okay. Let's see here. So that's what I see here. It's going to be another level of spiritual awakening for you. You've been searching for something to connect with as far as a resonance here on this earth in this lifetime, during this lifetime. And I'm seeing that you're getting that. You will be getting that, and you're already experiencing that. All right. So that's all I have for you. And if any of you are interested, you can tap in, feel free. But I'm seeing a lot of us are seeing that the what we deemed initially as impossible as possible, and the only way we can actually physically make that possible is doing physical action, right? Actually implementing some changes within our lives, and we finally are getting clarity on exactly what we need to do. Because at first, from what I'm getting with the energy, I'm sensing a Neptunian like energy, which is connected to Pisces, whereas there was some ambiguity or some kind of like it's not clear. So I'm seeing that a lot of you are finally like tapping in and seeing the clear messages. Everything is very distinct with you, okay, at this time. So let's see here. I'm about to pull out an oracle card for us, for the collective, and then I'm going to go into the individual signs, all right? Okay. So just what I thought. Fire element. Okay, the fire element is here, and basically that energy that I was sensing for us to be able to tap in and to actually make some plan of action and like assert ourselves and do what we need to do. I'm seeing that we're finally tapped in, and lo and behold, that fire card came out, the fire element. So that's connected to Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. So that is the energy that I'm getting for the collective as far as the current energy. We are really ignited. We're passionate. We're driven. We're more positive in regards to our plans of actions, our desires, our dreams. So I'm seeing that there is a significant change because I'm seeing 23 as the number on the top. Okay, 23, and I'm adding that together, and that's 5. So there is a significant change within all of us that we're experiencing. A lot of us have been affected financially, and emotionally. So with those changes, it kind of helped us to shift our focus on what is more important, and we're able now to like turn the other direction as far as what we were fixated on. We're now actually looking at what needs to happen next, because some of those distractions that we had emotionally and financially weren't serving us, and we weren't in the right position in the first place. So that shift that we're experiencing, and I'm hearing that Uranus has something to do with this. Uranus is currently retrograding in Taurus. So we may be experiencing some of those shifts, those surprise moments, those surprise endings I'm hearing. But it's like in the end, it's going to like turn around for our good, even when it doesn't look like it, okay? So again, the fire element, significant change. And I'm seeing that it will help us thrive financially, emotionally, like stability wise. Even if you have been desiring to relocate, I'm seeing that that is a goal for a lot of you all, especially if you've been desiring it, but maybe you didn't have the right intentions in when you initially wanted those changes. Now you actually see have better for yourself, or those expectations, and kind of change your mind as far as your thought process on why you needed to make those moves. Okay, so right now, instead of my Rider Waite tarot cards for the readings for individual signs, I'm gonna use Psychic Tarot. These are oracle cards. Okay, so I'm gonna use this for our zodiac sign messages. Okay, so here we go. All right. Okay, so Aries, you are making some major decisions as far as using your discernment. You've been at first all over the place. You've been feeling like you haven't been receiving any messages. You haven't received any confirmations. It almost made you feel like you were looking in, like making decisions without having the full clarity or the full scope or perspective of what you need to have. And I'm hearing otherwise. So some of you were vacillating. You couldn't make a certain decision because you didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle, I'm getting. So this time around, you're making some changes, and I'm seeing choose wisely, Aries. Okay, choose wisely. And even if you feel like you don't have all the information, or you still feel like your judgment may be clouded, it's not. Trust yourself. Use your internal compass, because that's what is giving me, the energy of an internal compass, to use that inner guidance that you have within yourself to get the answers that you need. And like, don't force a decision as well. I'm seeing that retrograde energy may affect you in regards to that. Like, try not to rush it. Try not to be impatient, even though it's easier said than done, especially with your type of energy. But you need to like really pace yourself as far as your decisions, because everything will come together. Okay, choose wisely. And since 7 is a significant number for you, very spiritual number, so you may want to go inward at this time, and like I said, trust your inner compass. Taurus, okay, so I have a major card for you, Taurus. This is the disruption card. Okay, that's 1 plus 6 is 7, so that's another significant number. 16 may be significant to you. But this is almost like the energy of a tower card, Taurus. So you have made some significant changes. I just heard what it is. So it's connected to Uranus and Taurus. You may want to look at that and see how it will affect you. Like on a deeper level, like looking at your birth chart, right? Knowing your exact time and date of your birth, and being able to generate your birth chart where you can see where that Taurus energy may lie, other than your sun sign, or even looking at where Uranus is affecting you some type of way. I'm seeing that it will show up in your birth chart. Okay, but there's a significant change that is highlighted for you. And I'm hearing do not fear. And that's going to like hit home with your solar plexus energy. Whatever this change may be, it will like kind of affect your confidence in a sense. But fear not, everything is working together. I mentioned previously about Aries, about the puzzle pieces, but I'm seeing these looking like pieces coming together. Okay, there may have been a disshuffling or some kind of news that you recently heard that kind of impacted you on an emotional level as well, because I'm seeing the green here. Usually I don't even see that, but it looks like a green like energy, and the green affects the heart. That's like your heart space, your emotions are connected to your sacral, but I'm seeing something stored up emotionally regarding your heart, your feelings. So of course the heart chakra is about unison, being in unison with yourself and with others, harmony, right? But I'm also seeing that you are it may have been an emotional connection. It may have been a love connection, a departure. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. But fear not, everything will work out for you. It's just for you to make some changes, and I'm seeing that this is a very spiritual time for you to build your confidence. Okay, and I'm also hearing heal your heart. All right. So solar plexus and the heart chakras are highlighted for you, Taurus. Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you may be reflecting on the past, a past connection. You have the number 6. Okay. You may feel like, I know this sounds odd, but I'm hearing yesteryears. I never use that, but like that moment in time was better than what it is right now, or you would desire a space to be in like how it was in the past. And you may be longing for someone, you may be longing for a certain connection or connections. Some of you, those are people that have crossed over and you miss their presence. But I just heard they're watching over you. Okay, so that may be a confirmation for one of you. Okay, Cancer, major completion. Cancer, the universe. And the number 21 may be significant, or the number 3. And immediately when I said the number 3, I heard Empress energy. So you are really tapped into a confidence. Let's see. I have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Okay, this is Cancer energy right here. Um, this is the card for you. From what I'm gathering, this is a very spiritual moment, but not only spiritual, it's like you're really doing a cleaning from the inside out. So if there are some adjustments that you needed to make as far as your life, or as far as making some adjustments even with your connections, I'm seeing that you're really like resetting and starting over. So this is a major energy for you. I'm seeing like clarity is coming, clarity, a great deal of clarity for you in regards to your relationships. And I just heard something about the moon. I know you're connected with the moon. um we just had a new moon in Virgo, I believe. So I think the next one is Aries, full moon in Aries. Let me Google that right quick, okay? Okay, so the 29th, we will have a full harvest moon, okay? And I believe it's Aries. Yes, so correct. This is going to be a full moon in Aries. This is going to be September the 29th. So there is going to be some energy that you'll receive from this full moon. And I'm sure I'll have a couple of more readings thereafter to really go in depth as far as what to expect from that. But remember that full moon in Aries, the next significant change that you will be experiencing. Okay, so I have Leo. Leo energy is connected to Pisces this go round. So this is a sacrifice card. This is a major card as well. This is talking about, and 3 may be a significance. And I just heard mirroring. So 2112, I'm getting a mirroring energy. You may be connected to a Pisces or a Cancer, any water element at this time. So what do I see here, Spirit, for Leo? I just heard 2 things. So one thing I heard, getting it out the mud. um, and basically I'm hearing resurrection, like a resurrection energy. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So this looked like murky, muddy like water, right? And that's when I heard getting out the mud. But I'm also seeing like some form of resiliency or perseverance type energy. And I just heard God's promise, as you can see the rainbow. So a lot of you have really put in a lot of effort as far as where you are now. The Venus retrograde in Leo may have impacted you in regards to your relationships. But I'm seeing deeply that there, a lot, I've heard fruition, fruition. So a lot of your dreams, your desires, they're coming into fruition because of the sacrifices, the adjustments that you're making. Okay. Um, let's see. So Virgo, new beginnings for you. Okay, Virgo, new beginnings. So some of you have started over, some of you have recently relocated, and this will go for your sun, moon, and rising and Venus energies, or whatever messages may be of resonance to you. I really don't want you to focus so much on the zodiac signs, because we all have those similar energies within our space. But if it, again, if you hear a message like, eat the meat, throw out the bone. That's what I always say. But I'm seeing like a major change that is coming through for you. You have really reset yourself. I'm seeing that connections possibly have, I just heard, took a hit. So, okay. Hold on 1 minute, please. Okay, so I apologize. Um, I see we left off on Virgo energy, on new beginnings, but I'm gonna have to close this out, this live stream out, and I'm gonna come back a little bit later. But I'm gonna load this up so you guys will have this available. This is from Aries to Virgo energy, and then when I come back, I'm gonna start back on Virgo so that I can kind of seal up all the messages for you all, so you don't feel like you didn't get anything or a full message. And then from Virgo to Pisces, I'm gonna finish out. But I did answer the question that was given earlier, or asked earlier towards the beginning of this message. So feel free to circle back and check that out. Again, I apologize. I have a situation that I need to handle. It's an emergency. So I will get back with you like as soon as I can, hopefully by the end of the day, like around tonight or something like that. Okay. All right. Be well.